Jack Johnson says his dream was to establish a legacy to last a lifetime. Well, some would argue that he has, just not the one that he envisioned. During sentencing today, a federal judge says this wasn't just a single misstep, a simple wrong turn. It was chronic, calculated, systematic political corruption, and for that, Johnson will spend the next 7 years behind bars.
If the Jack Johnson story were a screenplay, critics would say that it's too bizarre to be true. The facts were so egregious, the evidence that was uncovered in the course of this investigation, the corruption was so brazen that people would assume that it's fiction, but unfortunately it is reality.
Johnson's reality is far from the life of luxury he was building by extorting up to $1 million from developers in exchange for government favors. A federal probe reveals a pervasive pay-to-play culture during Johnson's 8 years in office. Evidence includes now infamous FBI wiretaps involving his wife Leslie.
Tear up the check and tear it up. Just tear it up.
FBI, Jack.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling you.
No public comment.
No, we can't say anything other than what we said.
But there was a public apology from Johnson, who says he's lost everything.
He knew he was under federal investigation, but he just laughed it off and put the cash in his pocket. And why is that? That's because Jack Johnson thought the corruption was the normal way of doing business.
At 62, his lawyers say prison would be a death sentence for Johnson, who suffers from Parkinson's disease. Prosecutors don't buy that diagnosis, but say treatment is available for inmates. He'll serve less time for cooperating with the court. The judge says he hopes more than 7 years will serve as a warning to those who seek to violate the public trust.
This team of federal agents and prosecutors you see behind me is committed to continuing to fight public corruption. This case doesn't end our effort. There are still corrupt public officials out there, and the investigation both of this case and of other cases will continue.
Now, Johnson does get to go home tonight. He'll remain under court monitoring until he's required to surrender on February 3rd, 2012. That's when he'll learn where he'll report, and we're told that he's put in a request for Butner, North Carolina. Prosecutors say that could be for family reasons as well as for the treatment facility they have there. Now, this is just a request. Ultimately, the Federal Bureau of Prisons will make the final determination. And again, he'll learn that on February 3rd. From the Greenbelt Courthouse, I'm Rochelle Metzger, CTV News.